This is Eric Homeland, and this is going to be one of the coolest tutorials because in this video I'm going to show you how to tie together a Hyper-VRE website along with a WordPress blog, a PHP-BB forum, and a squeeze page all together to create a great piece of virtual real estate. Okay, so once again we're going to start with the bicycles template, and we'll start off by doing a few modifications to the Hyper-VRE template. Okay, the two files that we need to tweak are the home template and the keyword template. So I'm going to open those two files in an editor such as Notepad. Okay, we got the home template and then the keyword template. And before you get started, one thing I will mention is that you need to know where you're going to install this website. In other words, what is the domain that it's going to go on. If it's not going to be in the root directory of the domain, then you need to know the exact location, because we're going to use some absolute URLs in the coding as we're putting together this ultimate piece of VRE. Okay, so I happen to have a domain that I'm not using right now. Well, I'm kind of just using it as a redirect right now. But since it's pointing at my server, we're just going to go ahead and use it for this example, so I don't have to go and redirect another domain or something like that. And that is nonguru.com. You don't need to worry about going there. I'm going to delete this website after we finish it. I'm just kind of letting you know how I'm doing this. And there are two images that are a part of this template. Let me show you what I mean by opening it up in a web browser. Okay, we've got the header image, and then we have this image down here that's right next to the Google AdSense block. So those two images are part of this template. And what I'm going to do is call those two images from an absolute URL. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Okay, so instead of pulling them from the local images directory of whatever folder we happen to be in, I'm going to pull them from the domain where I'm going to upload this website. Okay, so it's nonguru.com/images/header. And then we're going to do that same thing for that other image, which is just down here below it. You can see here where it says images/pics. I'm going to insert that absolute URL. And then I'm going to do the same thing in both of those two template files, the home template and the keyword template. Okay, so once again, put in the absolute URL, two locations. And then there is one other location in the template where we need to put in an absolute URL. Well, we don't have to, but again, this is all making things easier, and that is for the iframe. And as you can see, there's an iframe here that's pointing at add.html. And again, if you're not familiar with the iframe or what we did with this and why, then just go back and watch the iframe video, because I explained it in that video. So go ahead and put the absolute URL for your iframe as well. Do the same thing in both of those template files. Okay, so if we go back and look at the site now offline, you'll see that the header graphic is missing, the images graphic is missing, and the iframe is missing because it's looking for those at a location where I've not yet uploaded them. It's looking for them on nonguru.com. Okay, so before we move on, one other thing that we need to do on the Hyper-VRE template is add in a little bit of additional navigation so that your visitors can get to your blog, your forum, or your squeeze page from your Hyper-VRE site. So it's all integrated together. And right here, see where it says site navigation? We're going to put those links right below that. Okay, so we're going to go back to those two HTML files that we opened up in Notepad. Okay, so it's pretty easy to find the location within the file where we need to put that. If you scroll down, you will actually see where it says site navigation. So right below that is where we're going to put those links. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment here and type those links, and then I'll show you exactly how to do it. Okay, so you can see what I did here is I just put in 4 links. Okay, I put a link directly to nonguru.com, called that home. So we want to link to the home page, and I did a line break. And then on the next line I put a link to the blog. And so you need to know what directory you want to install your WordPress blog in. So to make things simple, I'm just going to install it in a directory called blog. So it'd be nonguru.com/blog. And then I've got another line break, and then I've got a link to the forum. And again, you need to know what directory you're going to install that PHPBB forum into. And to make things easy, I'll just call that directory forum. And then I've got another line break, and then I've got a link to the free report, the squeeze page. And so in the package, we by default named the squeeze pages free report.html. So you can call it that, or you can rename it. Whatever you rename it to, that's what you would put here. And I've got a link there, and then a line break, and then we've got the other AdSense link units, and then the other links that would be on the page. Okay, so I'm going to copy this right here, those 4 links that I just did, and I'm going to put them in the other template file. Because remember, we've got 2 of them. We've got the home template and the keyword template. So again, go down to the site navigation and paste those in, and voila. I'm going to save those. And if I go back and refresh this page, we should see that now these links appear. See, right underneath the site navigation, we've got a link to the home page, the blog, the forum, and the squeeze page. Okay, so we're done with the Hyper-VRE templates for now. I'm going to close those out. Okay, so I'm going to build a quick Hyper-VRE site. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but just to kind of give us a basic idea of what I'm doing. And if you recall, there are 50 pre-built sites included with our package that you can use as starters or samples. But another cool thing about those 50 sites is that we also included the Hyper-VRE project file, so that you can load those sites and modify them easily. So for this one, I'm going to load the project file to give us a head start. So again, look in the bicycles template directory, and then where it says Hyper-VRE template, there's a project folder. So we look in there, and here's the project file, .hpf. So double click that, or else click open, and it's going to say, after loading your project, notice the following files are missing: the header image and the footer image. Not a problem. It basically always says that. The software is still working, so don't worry about it. So click OK. Okay, so we've basically got a head start here because we've already got the keywords loaded. So we can go ahead and click Next. And it's already got the templates loaded. But remember, we just updated those templates. We modified them, so we need to reload those templates. So I'm going to browse for the file. Make sure I'm in the right place here, and I am. First of all, the home page template, and then the keyword template, and we'll go ahead and re-upload the CSS file anyway. And then the PHP extension, we'll leave that. Click Next, and then you can modify these settings to customize the site any way that you want to. For now, just to save time, I'm going to go ahead and leave everything as is. We should already have articles loaded. Yep, we do. So we'll leave everything in here as is. So basically, the only thing that I'm modifying is the template that it's based on, because we modified the template.